Shemai everyone. Well, I've taken a little break from card making for the day, and instead I've started to think about my December daily. Now, I love doing December daily or December documented, but this year I have been running my Project Life album on a monthly basis, so I'm thinking of doing my December daily a little bit differently, and it got me thinking about my previous December documented, so I thought I'd share them with you. So this was the first one I did. I used to do Journal Your Christmas many years ago. I think I did 2 completely, and then I did one that I set everything up and then never finished it. So then I had a little break from it all. But got back into it then. This is 2016. And it's quite interesting to see how differently my albums look from 2016 to 2018. So this is the first one I did. And as you can see, it's quite a simple front to it. I buy these 6x8 albums from Stampin' Up, and also they are little page protectors. So the front, as you can see, is very, very simple. December documented. And then I use my Fuse tool, which I think was a present of that year, to create this little sequin pocket. And what I noticed about this one is quite a simple one. I haven't gone mad with the embellishments. I've kept it as simple as possible. And I had bought the Project Life pack from Stampin' Up, and it had these lovely little pages, these little date pages that I just stamped the date on, and I just had December on all the way through. And as you can see, I haven't over embellished my pages. I've done lots of journaling. I haven't always used photos. I've used lots of the filler cards. I always try and do this, where I make a list of what's happening for the last couple of weeks, or the first, or an overview, sorry, of what's happening in December. Obviously Izzy features quite heavily in all the albums. I do like using the filler cards, because sometimes you haven't got as much to say about the day. So here's, as you can see, I've kept it very simple. I've just used these little wreath cards with the date on, and I talk about all the different things that have gone on. Being in school, end of term or December is usually absolutely manic. So I always leave my trimming up till quite last minute. This is the 19th that I was actually putting my ornaments up. And you can see there, a very talented friend of mine makes these beautiful stars go on the tree. And I've got one on the tree in memory of my sister and in memory of my dad. So I always take photos of my ornaments. And there's usually a run that takes place. And then this year we were invited to a wedding night. My friend Kelly got married, and this was the lovely little thing that was on the table. So I made a little fuse pocket and put sequins in there. So this was the 21st then. Mum and I always make wreaths, so I take photos of them of each year. We always go to see a show around my mum's birthday, because she's the 23rd, and I'll keep the tickets. That's another one to do. As you can see, sequins and fuse pockets were a bit of a trend this year. Always try to remember to take photos of presents, and as you can see, my fuse tool was one of my presents. But I think what struck me was how little I've embellished each page, which is fine because it suits the purpose anyway. This was my goals for 2017, all the things that I want to get done. These were my sporting goals. I always take part in the Nosgallen race, which is a local race which takes place on New Year's Eve. So then I just sort of did a little overview page there. And this then, I did highs and lows, just because of the fact that it finished there. On this page I couldn't have the back of it blank, so I did highs and lows of the year. So that was 2016, and I enjoyed doing it so much. By 2017 I gave it another go, And again, same folder as the one I used in 2016, and once again is from Stampin' Up. But this time I cut an image on my silhouette, which I think was the present of the year, and cut it in vinyl and then stuck it down. Now I did notice this one was slightly more embellished, but still not to the point that I did in 2018. And once again I used the Project Life cards sold by Stampin' Up at the time. And my dates this year, I cut out these, I think I did them on my silhouette. Did I? Either my silhouette or my Cricut at this point. And then, yes, my silhouette, sorry. And it must have been the present the year before. Sorry, ignore everything I just said. And I cut all my little dates out of vinyl and then stuck them down. And these little snowflakes were the big trend in Stampin' Up this year, so I used those. Now this one I've mixed in some journals. I think Mind the Scrap Emma was given some prompts. I think it was about favourite presents. So I've some of the pages then are things that have happened on that day, and then some of them go on the prompts. Once again, included lots of photos. As you can see, some days we didn't have photos to take. This one I think was talking about traditions, and a family tradition when we were growing up was every year we read A Christmas Carol. When I was little, my dad used to read it to us. This was the year we had snow. We don't often have snow. And I talk about my first ever snow day at the school I'm in now, and then the second ever snow day, which then started to panic because our Christmas concert was coming up and we hadn't practiced much. But I think you can see there that I haven't used an awful lot of embellishments. I had bought the December Daily or December Documented kit from Mind the Scrap, so I had mixed those in with my Stampin' Up cards. I also use photos that come up on Time Hop if I'm a bit stuck for something to put in. As you can see, ticket once again, 23rd of December for my mum's birthday. We went to see Miss Saigon. We always, it's a new tradition now for us, we always do some kind of run with Izzy. And as you can see, she's absolutely filthy. Then this year, Christmas Day, we decided to go out on our mountain bikes. It was absolutely hammering down and we were absolutely filthy. But it was a good start to the morning. At least we did some exercise. Then Boxing Day, we took part in a run. This was obviously quite a fit year for me. The 27th, our running club has a chip run. So we go off and do a run and then come back to a pub and have chip sandwiches. Then I'm talking about the weather there. Once again, hopes for 2018. And seeing Reuben. And then the Nos Galen. So as you can see, there's a few traditions that have appeared in both albums. When I got to 2018, I thought I'd up my game again, because I got this, even though it was the same album, I decorated the front of it and the inside covers. And then I put, this is just a little print off, a little calendar print off. And I've done a full flip through of this December Daily, and it is one of the videos on my YouTube channel. And I talk about hopes for the season. And for this one, this is a bit of a mixture of a Mind the Scrap kit, some Stampin' Up things, but also I had some things from the Hip Kit Club. And I've included, I think, more detail on each page and lots more embellishments. This has become a new tradition now where I take Izzy to choose her Christmas present. And then I cut these out to some of the bigger papers. I think the papers we had with Mind the Scrap, usually we have a 6x6 album. I can't remember whether we had a slightly bigger album this year. So once again, as you can see, I just mix and match all the different collections that I like. So we're talking about the so the prompt, this is the one we had off Mind the Scrap, spending time with family. I talk about a friend of mine who had been very, very poorly with cancer and was facing the end. As I say, Izzy loves a sleepover. And then I used far more of these full pages. And I think this year I'm going to use these fuller pages, and instead of making my December daily a project lifestyle, I'm going to keep it these bigger pages instead and treat it as separate pages, more like a scrapbook album, and do a project life kind of approach then. Sorry, use the cards for project life in my project life album. That didn't make any sense whatsoever, I don't think. And I use lots of these little ones then. Whereas before I've seen these and I haven't known what to do with them. I gave them a go this time. Christmas play in school. And what I tried to do is take photos of the children from behind, so I haven't got their faces in the album. Christmas jumper day. Trimming the tree. It was quite early this year, the 15th. I had these numbers, I think, in the Mind the Scrap kit. So there they are there. Ornaments. So as you can see, there's been an evolution, I think, from starting off and keeping it quite simple to embellishing my pages far more. This, a little boy in my class, his mum crocheted this for me and I thought it was so lovely, I wanted to keep it. And then we always have a Christmas party in our Christmas craft club. And then this time I took my mum to see Mary Poppins in the cinema. So I've got the tickets there. And this one talks about we went for park run and we all went to have breakfast after it and we were all dressed up. So Christmas Eve. There's Christmas Eve here. Christmas Day. And I dedicated 1, 2, 3 pages to that one. There's all the presents. And then I was really ill. Once again, every Christmas, because I think it's so manic towards the end of term, I always go down with something. So I did Boxing Day. But then lots of things that we should have done, like the Glynneath 5 miler, we didn't do because I was ill. So then I went from the 26th, which was Boxing Day, obviously. And then I just talked about the Nos Galan then on New Year's Eve. So that's how I did 2018's. And 2019's, as I say, I'm going to keep them as 6x8 pages instead of the pocket style. I've got my album ready. These are handy as well because you can keep things that won't fit in your pockets. They can go in there. Now this is an album I've had sort of set up with pages in, but there's nothing in it yet. I'm going to use, I think I had these in a smash book, so I was just going to use those up. And although I've got some pocket ones in there, I won't be using those. And then I've been looking at some of the new collections and I've been thinking, but I've got all this stuff left behind. So I keep everything for Project Life in a box and I keep everything for December documented in another box. So I've got the leftovers of my Hip Kit Club kit last year, and there's lots of embellishments left, so I'm going to try and use those up. Once again, little embellishments there. I bought these in a sale in Hip Kit Club. Some Project Life cards, which I can then use in my Project Life album, rather than my December documented. Little decorative brads. So I think from getting different Christmas kits over the years, I've got leftovers. So I'm just going to try and use those up. These are pink paisley. And I think they are date cards. Yeah. Again, Pink Fresh Studio, little embellishments there. I've got a couple of 6x6 paper pads that have come in the Mind the Scrap kits. So I just want to use these things up. This was the pad we had last year, Merry Days by Crate Paper. And I've nearly used it up, but I want to make a dent in it. This is the pack I bought for this year, which is from Stampin' Up. It's got quite a lot the same, so I thought at least I could use some of them in my main Project Life and some in my December documented. So there's lots there. So anything, as I say, anything to do with Christmas, I keep in here. There's this one then. Who was this? Carter Bella. All my leftover cards, Project Lifetime style cards and number sheets and things like that are in here. So I don't think I'm going to buy a new kit this year. I think I'm just going to use up what I've got. I've got twine. I've got lots of stickers left. And I think I bought, when the Hip Kit Club had a sale on, they were selling off one of their previous December documented kits. So I bought that. So I've got loads here to use as well. So as you can see, I don't need anything this year, do I? I've got to be strong. I've got to... There's all the lovely papers then, which were exclusive Hip Kit papers. And any stickers I've got these little snow globes in last year's kit. Little phrase stickers from either a Hip Kit Club or Mind the Scrap. And then all these other leftovers. So I think this year I'm going to do it slightly differently, but I'm going to use all the stuff I've got. I'll make a dent in it, because otherwise I'll just keep adding to it and adding to it, and there's more to pack when we finally move. So there we go. So what are your plans for December documented this year? Is it something you're starting brand new? Have you done it before? Are you thinking of a different format? I'd love to hear your comments below. I've now hit over 450 subscribers, which has absolutely made my week. Thank you so much for joining me, and I shall see you soon, probably with some more cards. But who knows, I could be that organised that I might have set up my foundation phases for December documented, so watch this space. Thank you. Hwyl fawr, take care, bye.